Hi guys, welcome back to another video on my channel. I have not posted any Genshin video in quite some time, but that's obviously because I'm trying to post Honkai Star Rail on my channel as well. Now, in today's video, we are going to be taking care of one of the 4-stars because this is the series where we build every single 4-star character. Now, in today's video, I'm gonna build a character that one of you guys have recommended for me to build. Now, I do have to say she is one of the OG characters in this whole game, and you're about to see who I'm talking about in a second. Okay, Amber. Amber is the character that we're gonna be building in today's video. Now, when it comes to her, I didn't really pay her any attention. Usually, I never really looked at her as a character that I would like to build. And we literally need to build every single aspect when it comes to her. We have to level her up, we have to level up her weapon, we have to level up her artifacts from 0. Now, if there's one thing that I did not expect is, I made a Genshin account 3 years ago, well 4 now, and she is only C1. Like, I thought she would be C6, but okay. Whatever. Now, we also have to take care of her talents. So when it comes to this video, like, the fact that I had some more time because I posted a Honkai video previously helped me a lot in, getting her to her full potential, kind of. And as you can see right now, I'm gonna be leveling her up. I'm trying to use as little of the purple XP books as I can because I knew that I will need them later on. Overall, leveling her up to level 80 wasn't that big of an issue, to be honest. I'm still having money issues. I just briefly showed you guys like her weapon for a second there, but whatever. Still, I decided to go with the artifact set that most players use. I don't know if that was a good choice, but I just went with it. I had a lot of artifacts from that set, so it was really easy for me to, get her some good artifacts. Now, the substats that she has were actually like really great. I don't think a lot of my characters have substats as good as hers, that are as good as hers. So I definitely tried to give her the best that I had. I didn't want to farm any artifacts because I already had a lot to do, and I still wasn't fully sure if I would be able to post this video on time. I am also still a little sick, and it's been 2 weeks. Like, my nose is still, clogged. Like, I have to use this like medicine, I don't know what it's called in English, so that I can breathe properly through my nose, so I still may sound a little weird. But anyways, now we're picking out her artifacts. I was trying to check on that site that I use whether like what she actually needs, if that is a good artifact set for her. I don't really know what she scales off of, to be honest. I haven't read that much into it, and I feel like I'm mostly more interested in building characters in Honkai than I am in Genshin for some reason, and that reason is probably like I'm more into the storyline that's happening over in Honkai than the one in Genshin. Like, I feel like these last two updates in Genshin have been pretty boring. Yeah, we had these big events, but I finished this event the Inazuma event that is up right now pretty quickly, like pretty fast. So I had nothing else to do on the game, so I just kind of have been like forgetting about it. I still remembered to, you know, log in, convert the resin, and do all that stuff. I still remembered to farm. Obviously, that's because, well, you're seeing this video now, so I obviously remembered. But yeah, that's how I feel right now. I don't know, I hope the next update is good and it's interesting, because I haven't been really interested in playing the game recently, to be honest. I haven't, like, for an example, you know, with waiting for a whole new like update in Genshin, I'm not excited for the update as much as I am for the next update in Honkai, you know. But that's besides the point. As you can see right now, I am farming her ascension materials. Thankfully, like, this was an easy boss. It's one of the easiest bosses in the game, so it went really quickly, especially because I have a lot of hydro characters built. And as you can see, I have like Nuvolette, Farina, and Yelan. Yelan is an OG character for me. I think I got her on her first banner, but I'm not sure. I think I did. And before I had like Farina, she was the character that I used the most. Recently, I changed out one of her artifacts, and she does quite a lot of damage, to be honest, like 40k sometimes with her elemental skill, so I'm very proud of her. Obviously, Farina's, you guys have been seeing Farina's abilities for quite a long time, so you guys know that she is an amazing character, and I use her all the time. I love her playstyle. I love her minions. They have been helping me out a lot of times. During me, you know, farming some stuff for Amber, they actually helped me fight with my trauma with this one enemy. If you're an old Genshin player, you know those like fighting like robot thingies. I was really scared of them because I remember, like, I really do not play with bow characters that much. So, you know, doing a showcase for Ember is definitely going to be a little bit challenging for me. Because with like Sarah and Fischl, I didn't really use their normal attack that much. And when it comes to, and I kind of figured out what I need to do with Amber by the recommended order in which her talents are supposed to be upgraded. But anyways, just to like explain to you guys what is going on, I went into a domain. I farmed some artifacts for one of the characters that I want to build soon, that I got quite some time ago, to be honest. I still haven't really gotten to building that character, but that's because the artifacts that I have been getting for that character are just like very like mid or just bad. So I went into the domain, farmed it a couple of times, got some materials to level up one of Amber's artifacts. Then I went over to, you know, upgrade some of Amber's talents. I thankfully had some materials for that, so I could do it a couple of times before I actually like needed to farm it. Now, here's the thing. I have been running out of a lot of materials, like the crystal fly cores and all of that stuff, and Mora especially during this video, and like XP books. It's really starting to bother me, to be honest. It's really starting to bother me because building characters used to go like so smoothly for me in the beginning, and now it's just like a mess. Now it's just an actual mess. So now it's day 2. Now, obviously, I have to admit to you guys that the BP, the battle pass, really helped me. I do not have it bought, but thanks to the rewards that you get for leveling up artifacts, I was actually able to level her artifacts up by quite a lot and not use that many of my 5-star artifacts, but we're gonna get to that a little bit later on in the video. Right now I'm just farming some ascension materials for her, because like I said, I want every single one of the 4-star characters to be level 80 at least. Now, I do think that for the next video in this series, I will be trying to perfect a build of one of the 4-stars that I already have kind of build, so that it's just a little bit easier for me, so that I can, you know, relax a little bit when it comes to building these characters. I don't know if, I don't want to say that I need a break from this game, but it's just nothing interesting going on, and I really like to be interested, like, in something, you know. This version of the banner, right now, it's not really giving me anything, to be honest. I'm not wishing on that banner, like, so I have no, like, interest in, you know, farming primo gems. I just do it randomly by, you know, converting the resin, doing all that other stuff. So that's how it's basically looking like right now. But anyways, we are back in the domain, farming some more talent level up materials. To be honest, like, I know some of these videos may be a little chaotic, but at the same time, like, I feel like I just play in a very chaotic way, to be honest. I'm just like, okay, so I need this and this and this. I checked, and like, I do something else in the game and I completely forget, and I have to check it again and just all that stuff. So I'm trying to edit it to be as clear for you guys, so as it can be, because, you know, I feel like I'm just a messy player. I just have, like, yeah, like, I don't have things organized. I'm just like, okay, so I still have this and this to do, so I'm gonna do this, and then we'll see about the other thing. And when it comes to crafting materials for characters, I'm like, okay, like, cool. Okay, like, I remember I go into the crafting table and I completely forget, and I have to check it again. I don't know. There's probably something wrong with my memory, you know. So obviously I decided to level up both of her normal attack and her ult to level 7, and after that it was time to take care of her weapon finally. Now, there may be an issue when it comes to her weapon, and what I mean by that is I don't know if it really matches the artifact set that I gave her, but I really did not want to give her any other weapon. I did not want to take any weapons from my other characters, so I just decided that I'm gonna let her stick with this one. I don't know if it makes that big of a change. Like, at the end of the day, Ember is like an old character, and I've seen some people like do crazy stuff with her, like with her damage, like her literally like one-shotting an enemy. I'm not able to do that even with like Arlecchino, so how am I supposed to do that with with Amber, you know? So yeah, so I'm just telling you guys, like, there might be some, like, I don't know, stuff, there might be some stuff that does not match during this series or my videos, but at the end of the day, I'm just trying to have fun. I don't really want to try hard farming, like by farming for the best artifacts that I can get. I like to use what I already have because I do have a lot of artifacts that are not being used right now and all that, and you're gonna be able to see in a little bit. I think that or maybe not, like I think I caught it out of the video, but I was wondering about maybe changing out her weapon, but then I was like, no, there was a lot of me being undecisive during this video, which you're not gonna be able to see exactly because I cut it out of the video so that it doesn't take too long. After finally taking care of her weapon, I needed to go farm some XP books. Obviously, of course I had to do that. I farmed it just a couple of times, not that many, thankfully. So that was great. I don't know, like I did have some like XP books from the Inazuma event. I was also doing the event in between all of the recordings that I did, so that also helped me a lot during this video. I don't know, I feel like it might be just because I might feel that way just because I'm constantly running out of the XP books, but I do think that the rewards when it comes to XP books events should be a little higher. I feel like farming Mora is way more, like, I don't know, useful than like farming XP books. I feel like the amount of Mora that you get when you use like condensed resin is pretty good, and with the XP books, like for an example, if you need to farm some Mora, you just need to do like 3 runs max, depending on what you're leveling up and like what you're doing. And with XP books, you need to do like a lot of runs. Like in my previous videos, I did like altogether maybe like 8 runs during the whole video, or when I was missing some XP books. This time that was not the case, thankfully. But yeah, I ran out of Mora again. Obviously that is going to be happening so much in these up and coming videos because I obviously do not have time to, you know, just farm Mora and XP books all day and all night because I need to build these characters and show you guys. And hello, this is the enemy that I was talking about before in the video. I hated him in the beginning of the game. I did not use any bow characters. My first actual bow character that I built and that I liked playing with was Yelan, and even with her being a bow character, I did not use her normal attack. I just prefer like bow characters that I don't need to, you know, use, to be honest. You know, with her elemental skill, it's pretty easy. With her ult, it's amazing. She's an amazing support or a sub DPS. I do not know what I have her built as. That is my problem too. Like, I just build characters how I feel they should be built, and I just give them stuff, and if it works, it works. If they do damage, they do damage, okay? That is my way. The characters that I really did try with was Arlecchino, which I feel like I still have to give her a better Sans. And Farina was one of the characters that I really tried with, and it did work out well in the end. She does amazing damage. Her minions do amazing damage. Kazuha is also a character that I really tried with. He's obviously a support on my team. Farina is also like a support, to be honest, like a sub DPS or something like that. But I do have to did you guys see all the damage that Arlecchino was doing in this domain? Like, I know it's a buff from this domain, but like 150k, I have never seen her do that on her own in any different settings. So that's why I really like that domain. And I do think, because I think the domain's like bonus is when you get hit, when your HP goes lower, you need to, like, you get a crit damage buff. And so I think she just needs a lot more crit damage, maybe, or something like that. And now we get to the point of the video where I was converting 5-star artifacts to level up Amber's artifacts. I was constantly running out of Mora, so, you know, that was the situation that was happening. And I was like, okay, like, I do not have any resin, so how am I gonna get Mora? And then I remembered that you can use sigils to get some Mora after you've bought everything from the store. And now, if there's one thing about me, I really do like to leave at least one sigil from each region in my inventory. Just like a little souvenir, you can see it right now and later on. In between Mondstadt and Sumeru, I did level up one of the artifacts. I just decided to cut it out. I feel like that's okay. So yeah, I also did not want to show you guys how I was picking these artifacts. I was I was sitting in front of my computer, and it was like literally 16 minutes maybe to me having like my math lesson, and I was like, okay, mid, and I was that's all I was saying. I was like mid all the time. So I was like, yeah, I feel like I should get rid of these bad artifacts so to maybe make some more space for some good ones. Maybe let's think about it that way, I know some people say you shouldn't be using your 5-star artifacts because they may be useful. I know I would not be using some of these artifacts for anybody, to be honest. Especially the set that Farina uses. Not a lot of characters use it, to be honest. The only character that uses it, other than Farina, I'm pretty sure, is Fischl. And I don't know who else, to be honest. I don't know who else, but anyways, after leveling up these artifacts, it's time for me to show you guys Amber's build. I feel like I did a great job in keeping the crit rate to crit damage ratio around 50% crit rate to 110% crit damage. That's great. Now, this is the bow. You already know the bow. You have seen it. I have been upgrading it. There's really nothing much to say about it. I don't really know much about weapons in this game, so I always need help with picking and choosing a weapon. Now, for the artifacts, the flower, pretty good attack, energy recharge, crit damage. Didn't go into crit damage. Well, I'm not gonna be mad about that. The plume, also great, crit damage, crit rate, energy recharge. It did go a lot into HP, but it's okay. And like I said before, I used the most used set for her. Now, the sands, also pretty good, attack sands with crit rate, crit damage, and energy recharge. It did go into HP again, so it's looking really bad right now. I know, but listen, the tides have changed when it came to the goblet and the circlet. They have saved us. 21% of crit damage is what we needed. Now, it did go into HP, but I'm not gonna complain. It went amazing. The circlet, a crit rate circlet with attack and crit damage. It did go into death once, but it did go into crit damage twice. So we need to be grateful for what we get. I know it's crumbs, but at the end of the day, it's still it still worked out for me, thankfully, because I would be literally like sitting here and ripping out my hair if it didn't work out and I needed to spend another day on building her. So yeah, like I mentioned before, she's C1, which was really surprising to me when I checked it for the first time. Like I've been playing the game for 3 years and I only have one constellation for her. Weird. But getting the original 4 characters is definitely like harder on the standard banner and on the normal banner than it is for the for getting like other characters, so it's all good. Maybe if she was C6 I would have done more with her, but anyways, this is time for the showcase. The first showcase we're doing it in the domain for her talent level up materials. I decided before I get to fighting all of these bosses, I need to go into the domain and level up her elemental skill one time. Okay, and because these 2 clips, me showing you guys her build and what I'm doing right now was literally like 2 hours in between these clips. So I managed to get 20 resin, thankfully, and yeah, I went with Amber to test out what she can really do. Now, this domain does give a 75% pyro damage bonus. Okay, so she was definitely doing more damage than she would do while fighting a boss that doesn't necessarily, give her that buff. But anyways, I did it. I fought in the domain with Amber. It worked out pretty well. I did also hit like 12k damage with her normal attack, so I was pretty proud of that. Okay, I was really proud of that. But after that, it's time to get into the real showcase, and I have to say I was a little bit disappointed. Maybe I feel like it did not go as I wanted it to go. I feel like I could have done a better job at building her some, type of way. Because like here she was doing great damage, 2k with each arrow that falls down and all that stuff. Overall I did like 5 showcases. I cut out 2. I went back for the cryo hypostasis, so to maybe because I felt like that cryo hypostasis run wasn't as good as I wanted it to be. So yeah, then I went over to fight the electro hypostasis. What did I say that? Sorry, the cryo Regisvine. Now I'm fighting the electro Regisvine. The names are so confusing to me now. Oh my god. Anyways, so yeah, I fought it. It went alright. It wasn't amazing. It wasn't as good as I wanted it to be. She did 8k with her normal attack, which is pretty okay. And then now it's time to get into the biggest fail of this whole video, okay? This is one of my favorite bosses to fight during showcases, and like I said, I'm pretty weak when it comes to bow characters. I don't know, I'm able to, when I used to play games where you shoot and all that stuff, I had amazing aim. With bows, not the same thing, to be honest, for me at least. So yeah, and she also wasn't doing as much damage as I kind of wanted her to do. So this was my biggest fail. She also died 2 times. So this video is a little bit different from the other ones. If you guys have any tips and advice on what I should change about her build, then I would really appreciate it. Because I feel like she was doing some damage, but obviously she's also a really old character, so yeah, but I've seen people do crazy damage with her, so yeah. Anyways, since she was not available, I obviously changed her outfit because I forgot she had a different one, and I think this one is cute. But anyways, since Amber was not really available to see you guys in the boss arena, because obviously she's gone, I decided to show you guys her on the screen right here in the character tab so that I could say to you guys that I am thankful for you guys watching this video. If you enjoyed watching this video, you can always leave a like and subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. And yeah, thank you for watching this video. I hope that you come back for some more videos of mine. And yeah, see you next time.